I just woke up and I want to tell you guys a little something about neuroscience through a dream I just had. Recently, my brain has been allowing me to vividly dream. It's been a really long time since I've had a lot of vivid dreams. In the past couple of days, I've been unraveling things with an ex that I had, and it's insane how it does it. So I was in like this big old mall, and this girl that I used to be friends with in childhood, her dad was there, and I found out that this girl had gone and hung out with my ex. And so, I mean, honestly, I was mad. I was upset. I was like, are you joking? Because this ex was highly abusive. So I find out and I go down there, and I'm a very confrontational person in general, and I'm learning how to still be confrontational without like being ignorant about it and which I haven't done in a really long time. So I'm doing good. I'm going to pat myself on the back for that. But I go down the escalator and I find this girl and I ask her about it. And she tells me, like, yeah, I was in that state and like I hung out. I had only found out because I saw stories on Snapchats, and for some reason I had checked Snapchat and I never get on Snapchat. I don't even use it. While I was confronting her about it, I had asked, did you sleep with him? And she's like, starts crying and she's like, I did. And but I didn't even give her a chance to even say anything. Like, she was saying something, but it was all muffled in the back. And so I started laughing in public to everyone. And then I went down another pair of escalators because I saw her dad. And I went up to the dad and I was like, hey, this is what this girl did. She's been sleeping with my ex and hanging out with him, and he was abusive, and this is what happened. And that's the whole reason why I came home, because of a creep. Yeah, like, what the heck? And so everyone in the public is like, oh my gosh, because I knew that people would pay attention. If I'm a little bit louder to where people can hear what's going on, of course, people in public are going to be like, yo, what the hell? And then I'm laughing about it. I walk up the escalators and there's this group of girls and they're like, yo, what happened? I'm telling the girls like everything, which I know is like low-key ignorant. Like, why are you doing that? But I woke up and immediately I'm telling my mom this, and I'm thinking about it and using my psychological brain through psychology. I realized that the girl that was in the dream was not the girl who had actually slept with two of my exes, like one guy that I talked to and another guy fully I dated that was my first boyfriend ever, and he was physically abusive. Like, we used to get in fights. He would break a wooden chair like in 30 seconds in front of me when he would get mad, like all this crazy stuff. So I was like, why is it using this girl from my childhood that was emotionally just horrible to me, like bullied me, talked bad about me, to make my high school experience a living hell? And she successfully was good at that. But the friend who had actually slept with my exes, we'll say both of them, it was the betrayal of sleeping with my exes, and then later on in adulthood last year, me finding out that really she was an op and like talking crap about me, practically hated me, just wasn't a good friend overall. So then I started thinking, why is my brain using this girl from my childhood that I already know was like emotionally a butthole, compared to this other girl who I trusted a lot more? It was a bigger betrayal, in my honest opinion, because the other girl I already like knew that she would be mean to her. This, my old best friend in my adulthood, I didn't get that. It didn't click for me because I was so used to letting people treat me a certain way that in my close relationships I would be a doormat. And so I'm thinking about it, and then I realized the girl from my childhood was essentially a conduit for the girl in my adulthood. And I just feel safer using that girl from my childhood as the replica of the girl in my adulthood, because she is aligned more with the emotional betrayal in my childhood. I feel safer to look at her and be like, yeah, you're a mean person, rather than I do with the girl from my adulthood. Sorry, Tiffany's sleeping and she likes to snore. But it's just crazy how the brain does that. And then with the public shame, a lot of the trauma that I've gone through has been in the public eye, in my vicinity, like in my hometown. So a lot of people know about it. And I do feel a lot of public shame, regardless of speaking out against what has happened to me. And it was always sexual assault. It's just crazy how your brain will do that and use other people as conduits to do that. I just love anything with psychology. and how it unravels, and it really teaches you something, and it's all metaphoric and whatnot. I just can't wait to start moving from forensic psychology, because obviously I'm going to be a forensic psychologist, but when I'm in my doctorate, I want to get a minor in neuropsych and neuroscience, specifically neuroscience. I'll even get another degree in neuroscience. I don't care. Neuroscience is more pertinent than what you think, and it is a huge tool if you understand how to utilize it and you understand how to unravel it and decipher it to have meaning to yourself, to see what you're working through. Essentially, the entire meaning of the dream was to gain back control, to take power back to myself, to rewrite the script, to understand how to not internalize it anymore and to get it out of my body, because we all know that trauma that you don't deal with just stores in the body. Body keeps a score, right? It doesn't have to just be about SA. It's just amazing what neuroscience can teach people, and I really, really want to get this out there, and I want more people to understand neuroscience itself and to get into it more and start asking yourself questions, not only about yourself, but about others. Because when you look at others that you have in your life or have had in your life, it teaches you something. Everything is a lesson, and it's a reflection of you. Everyone is a mirror from you. You are everyone. Everyone is you, if that makes sense. These dreams I appreciate, and I hope they keep coming, because I'm ready to full blown go into this. Like, let's unravel this. Let's get all this trauma out of my body.